We got J. Cole talking about how 50 didn't want to sign into G-Unit. Chris Calico breaking down his verse with the Eminem feature. Eminem gets called out for not checking 50 Cent on his behavior. Skilla Baby speaks on Eminem. And we have Eminem's manager breaking down how he actually met Eminem.
Who would you put Eminem in with a Verzuz?
I would put M and Buster.
Yeah, that type of.
We had that discussion already, but Hov and don't do that. Don't do that. The Verzuz is like a battle. If you can't beat me lyrically, don't do it.
Did you see anybody else celebrity-wise that you may have tried to get on to, but that was just your focus?
Nah. I will say, no, nobody ever shitted on me or dubbed me.
Right.
But I do know that at one point in time, 50, I think Shy Money and shout to G-Unit Hov from Queens.
Right.
They was trying to put, I think, 50 onto my shit. You know what I mean? This is around the time, right before, when I was knowing Mark, before Jay had heard my shit. Right. And I think they played my shit for 50. And what I was told his response was, like, mind you, I had I had this song called Lost Ones. I had Lights Please. I had Simba. I had hard shit too, like where you could tell I could really rap.
Right.
And I think 50 reaction from what I heard was, I can't sign this nigga, his jeans too tight.
Are you going off the image, right?
Right. I mean, I get it too, because I mean, guess what? That shit wouldn't have made no sense, me going to G-Unit, you know what I mean? But shout to Shy Money, you know what I mean, and Hov, who seen the vision.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I might mess it up, and it is what it is. So I'm trying to think of how it starts. He says, you're gone. Nobody can catch him. I'm going to rap it slower so you can understand. Nobody can catch him. He's the Speedy Gonzalez. To beat him's a problem. And if you got the feet in your mouth, you're going to have to beat it up out of him. It's a lot of them, and I mean a lot of them. And me and Nina used to follow him. I got to audibly body him. This is Hitman, the Hitman karate him. If hands will lift hands, will get dancing out of him. And if Kansas if hands, will stand proud of him. Who stands with two hands and move in the crowd of him?
How was that?
We do no video.
I seen something. No, the people put that together.
People made it.
They do that on all that stuff
we
now.
should have been and did a video for that.
People put it together because they wanted it, didn't it? And it got a lot of views, you know.
That song is platinum. That song is platinum, and we never marketed it.
Did you hear what I just said? How many views the fake video got? That's why I thought they put you up in there. You rapping about something totally different.
It's a Hitman, the Hitman karate him. And if hands will lift hands, will get dancing out of him. And if Kansas to dance, will stand proud of him.
But I'm like, what is this dope? You're
And people would say I'm saying certain things that I ain't saying. They didn't say it.
What did you say about Eminem in that verse?
I said, and so the purpose to pimp the pen and reversing conditions I'm living in and do bigger numbers than Eminem.
And so the purpose to pimp the pen and reversing conditions I'm living in and do bigger numbers than Eminem. Gotta be faster and smash on a nigga.
He heard that.
He's trying to rap it. If you ever watch, there's an interview with him on Sway in the Morning, and he said, what did he say? And he started trying to rap my verse. And I'm like, this is Eminem. I'm like,
Eminem dope, man.
Eminem's trying to rap my verse. You
That's
know what I'm saying?
hard.
That was an honor, man. You know what I mean?
Man, you know.
He liked that part because I did that. Listen, I did that verse and he wasn't even, we hadn't even talked about him being on the song. He wasn't slated for the song.
Oh, really?
That was just in my rhyme. And then he was all of a sudden on the song. So I always thought,
You like, damn, what did I do? Yeah, what did I do?
I just said, so the purpose of me doing music, so the purpose is to pimp the pen and reverse the conditions I'm living in and do bigger numbers than Eminem. That ain't no diss. He loved that part.
He loved that
was his
part.
favorite part of the verse.
But the thing is, like, him, man, he, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I be hard on Eminem. Cause I'm in the boom, boom, you know, I'm in that car riding to that UGK.
Yeah. It's for lyric lovers.
That's what it is. So when I heard, just like
He's
your
the
Tiny
most
Desk.
technical rapper I've ever heard in my life.
Kill 'em all.
This libbity, gibbity, hibbity, hip hop. You don't really want to get into a piss and match with this rappity rat pack and a Mac in the back.
Bro.
You gotta love, you gotta be a lyric lover. You don't actually have to be any of this to appreciate his artistry, but it's for lyric lovers. I review, I react, I got a reaction channel on YouTube as well, and I react to his stuff, and they're like, break down every bar.
Gotta concentrate against the clock I race. Got no time to waste, I'm already late. I got a marathoner's pace.
The Cash Money.
Yeah.
That's Cash Money, right?
Yeah, Juvenile, Cash Money.
Talking about, I'm the reason he got to deal with Eminem because I told, man, get the fuck out of here. The fucking Theo, our entertainment lawyer, was cool with Paul Rosenberg.
Peter Rosenberg's brother.
Yeah, Peter Rosenberg or whatever their name is. That was Eminem and their manager, financial advisor. So
Right.
he wound up giving that CD to Paul, and Paul gave that to M. That's how we heard the joint. So these be capping online for clout. So I don't know what the fuck Juvenile was talking about. Then got that CD from Theo. Theo passed that on to M, entertainment lawyer at the time. You heard? That's how Eminem got that CD.
Yeah, and that shit was raw.
That was me. That was me and 50 Company, Hollow Point Entertainment. So real talk, Eminem fucking on me too. I'm mad at M too. You ain't sit this 50 down, be like, damn, you can't do that to Smurf. You know you the only M that he gonna listen to. So you sat there and watched him do that to his right hand man too, to praise you. You wasn't there when we was bucking out in the hood. I see everybody online. Oh, you can't say Eminem is a slave master. Ain't none of the black people wanted to sign 50. What do you mean? Chris Lighty was the first that stepped up, rest in peace. Violator management.
Yeah.
How Chris Lighty ain't getting his credit?
Well, Violator,
Chris
yeah,
Lighty
I remember
put
that.
everything in position. Chris Lighty put everything in position for 50.
Wow.
So what do you mean? As a black, the
JMJ backed him
person that came and
first.
snatched up 50 was Chris Lighty. And then he had the powerhouse behind him. We touring before Eminem. We on mixtape tours.
Y'all the biggest shit.
Because of Chris Lighty. It wasn't no Eminem. Eminem came after and put the cherry on top.
Right.
But we already had the motion because of the mixtapes and what we was doing.
Facts.
That's how we got the deal. So don't ever give Eminem fucking no credit for the shit we put in. He just put the icing in the cake. Now 50 got all that white fan base now.
Have you met Eminem yet or no?
Haven't met Eminem.
Is that a bucket list thing?
That's on my bucket. Come on, man. I'm from Detroit.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing with Eminem, right? Everybody thinks like Detroit rappers and stuff be disrespecting Eminem, and like we don't fuck with Eminem. The problem is we fuck with him so much, like the fact that we can't reach out to him and contact him, and that shit like bro, it's Eminem. The best rapper ever is from Detroit. And that be like the disconnect. He be like, the best rapper ever is from Detroit. I just want to like be in the same room as him. You know what I'm saying? And that be the disconnect between us and what people be thinking about us and Eminem. Like we really fuck with him the long way. Like it's Eminem, bro. Like he's like the most iconic rapper ever, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like when you really putting up numbers and statistics, it's Eminem. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so.
Yeah, he's like Batman. He don't go anywhere, right? He hides out.
The only time you're gonna see Eminem is when the Detroit Lions play, and he gonna be in the building. They gonna show him on the big screen, and they gonna play "Lose Yourself," and the whole stadium gonna go crazy.
And then that's it.
Swear to God.
Or if 50 comes to town, you'll see him. That's what you got to do. You got to go next time 50's in Detroit.
You're not gonna see Eminem though. 50 and Eminem they not gonna tell you they in Detroit. Like Eminem is like, you gotta think it's Eminem, bro. Like,
no, but I'm saying like
he 50, just walks around normal. That's Eminem, bro. Like you're not gonna know where Eminem's at.
Yeah, but if 50 has a show in Detroit, like if he tours again, which he will, 50 loves touring, he will. Eminem will pop out in that Detroit show. You got to pull up to that one and pop out with that.
For sure.
That's the way to do it.
I just want look. This the thing. Like I don't even want anything from Eminem. I just want to be like, what's up, Em?
Yeah. Like, I feel that.
Like I just want to be like, listen, bro. Like,
so who your top Detroit rappers?
Detroit rappers like of all time?
You can have some all time and of now. Because I know you.
Before we get off M though, I want to just tell M like my mama used to tell me Eminem was my daddy.
What?
Like my mama used to tell me Eminem was my daddy. She used to tell my sister Justin Timberlake was her daddy. Like we all had white dads. We all. I guess she just wanted us to have white dads, like white imaginary dads. Like she used to be like, yeah, your dad.
Good credit,
yeah, I forgot who my other sister's dad was, but mine was Eminem. My other sister's was Justin Timberlake, and then somebody else was my other sister. She used to tell us that, like Eminem's your dad. Like, to the God.
Wait, have you met your dad, or like are you?
Yeah, my dad.
I just didn't know if like you didn't know.
It wasn't that situation. It wasn't like, oh yeah, this.
Yeah, like, I didn't know if like you
be dad, black guy. No, it wasn't that.
No, why are you laughing?
How did you meet Eminem?
I met Eminem through Proof.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I was in law school in Detroit, I went to University of Detroit Law School. I used to go to the hip hop shop on Saturdays, and it was Maurice Malone's store. You know Maurice Malone jeans, and so he had his store, and they used to clear out all the clothing racks on Saturdays. And they used to have open mics and MC battles. And Proof was the manager of the store, if you can believe that.
Wow.
He managed the store, and he also would host the battles. So one Saturday, he pulled me aside and he said, "Yo, I want you to stay after. I got a kid I want you to meet. I want you to hear him rap." And I was like, "All right, cool, whatever." And he was like, "He's a white boy." Right? So, because
Wow.
you probably don't know this, but I used to rap. Right?
Oh,
So
look at that. Okay.
Proof knew me as a rapper, so that's why he was.
Hold
giving
on,
me
hold on. What was
business.
the
I
rap
got-
name,
Yeah,
Paul?
Paul
What was the
Bunyan.
rap name?
Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan.
So he was giving me the business as another white rapper. Like, yeah,
Wow.
I got a white rapper. So I was like, cool. Happy to meet him. And at the time, like, I was supposed to be the guy who was going to be the music lawyer for the hip hop artists in Detroit, right?
Right.
So I was, knew Proof and knew JD. What everybody knows him as Jay Dilla, right?
Right, Jay Dilla.
And Slum Village and all those guys. So I stayed after. Proof cleared everybody out, and this kid walks in, and at the time he had like a really, really low cut. He was wearing a white sweatsuit, kind of looked like, a little schleppy, a little scrubby. And I was like, all right. And he goes, Proof was like, yo, throw on the instrumental. So he rapped, and, he was good. The heavens didn't part and the sun didn't shine down and think it was like the next.
So you wasn't that impressed at first.
I thought he was good.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I thought he was good. I thought he was good to really good.
All right.
Did I think he was the best thing? No.
Gotcha.
He wasn't there yet.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So little time went on, and I used to come back every Saturday. And one Saturday he was there again, and he was selling an album on cassette, right? Hand to hand for $6, and it was the Infinite album.
Wow.
His first album.
Mm.
So I bought it from him for $6, and again, good, really good. Definitely a lot of potential, but it wasn't there yet, right? So I graduated law school, moved to New York, and I stayed in touch with everybody. And in I think it was probably early 97, I was talking to who used to be my old DJ. That was the same DJ that was spinning the records at the hip hop shop, DJ Head. Not the same DJ Head that everybody knows from LA, a different DJ Head.
Right.
And he said, you have to check out the new stuff that Eminem's doing. And I was like, great, but I don't know how to get in touch with him. So he passed me his number. And I called him up and I said, hey, do you remember me? And he said, yeah, of course. I said, can you send me the new stuff you're working on? Yeah, I'll send it to you. Cool. So he mailed it to me. Remember, there's no MP3s, no nothing, there was email, but you weren't sending files, right?
Right. Yep. Yep.
So he sends me this cassette, and on it was like, Just Don't Give a Fuck, No One's Iller, a record called Slim Shady, and Just the Two of Us, the early version of it. So it was like the bare bones of what became the Slim Shady EP.
Wow.
So then I was like, okay.
You was impressed.
He's got it, because he figured out his voice. He figured out his style. He became unique. He wasn't trying to sound like other people at that point, right? So he had come into his own. So that's the beginning of the story.